Silence is golden. Welcome again to another episode of the 1% in Recovery podcast, where we encourage you to laugh every day, to work hard in recovery, work hard in your relationships, work hard in your business, for your jobs, in school. Just work. And to love unconditionally, just put much more love out there and watch much more love returned. Now, we are encouraging people to download the Recovery Growth Scorecard on the website, www.lifeiswonderful.love, L-O-V-E. That is free. It's a free scorecard. It's a spreadsheet where you can start your recovery, because everybody wants to start recovery, wants to stop an addiction on their own before they want to deal with anybody, whether you're dealing with 12-step rooms, you're dealing with a treatment center, whether you're dealing with a psychologist, whether you're dealing with a recovery coach. Want to start on your own. Get the natural dopamine, natural serotonin, natural endorphins, natural oxytocin. There's a list of items there to do, and you keep track, and you have to start healing your brain. You have to start changing the neuroplasticity in your brain. So download the free scorecard from lifeiswonderful.love, L-O-V-E, and start your recovery today. Now, let's jump into this week's episode. The essence of step 11, silence. A lot of times people, will read step 11. It talks about prayer, it talks about meditation, it talks about getting closer to your higher power, God, as you understand him. But in reality, this step is crucial for movement, especially if you want to move on to step 12, which is the essence of that is Ubuntu, humanity. And you have to be in silence. When I say silence is golden, silence allows us, number one, to pray. Silence also allows us to meditate. Silence allows us to listen and hear what could be God, higher power, great mystery, role for us. What is his intention? We can be thinking about that. But I also believe so wholeheartedly, it is so good to just go on retreats. A retreat once a year is that spiritual revitalization of your spirit, of your soul. So you get much more in tune with you. It's usually on a retreat, you don't have any TVs, you don't have radio, you're not distracted that way. You do have your phone, and you are urged to limit your use of any phones or texting. But the key is you try to unplug, not be on your computer, not do any of that. So you can start to just be looking around. And usually the best thing about retreats, they're usually in nature. There's a lot of tall trees. There's usually either lakes or fountains. So there's some type of water source. And there's always flowers. There's always some type of church, chapel, somewhere where you can really go to be quiet. You can kind of disengage. And that is so key. Because the more that we actually write in silence into our schedule, because remember, the essence of step 10 is scheduling, because that is what you're going to do each and every day, each and every week. You need to have some silence time each week. Sometimes people will say, well, I go to church for 1 hour a week. That is good, but usually church has a lot of activity. First of all, the service, the mass, whatever your religion is, there is some type of spiritual leader leading it. There's usually music. There's usually a lot of people also talking before service. And so it's not conducive for silence to just really almost to get into your own prayer. Because we talk about, we want to listen to what God, our great mystery, higher power is saying. We need silence. We can't, if you're like me, you're going to get distracted and you're going to want to sing. You're going to want to listen to the readings. You want to do something. I always felt like some of the best moments in my life was when I would be backpacking with my brother through like the Grand Teapot, the most beautiful place. Now, I haven't been to Montana yet, so I have to say, I have to go to Montana, but the Tetons to me are just incredibly gorgeous. And to be able to be backpacking and just in the middle and back there in the middle of nowhere, you can really kind of get in tune with nature. And you really kind of get in tune with yourself. So I encourage people to find some place. Go to your church when there's no service going on. They're usually open, especially during the day. Or there's usually, I mean, my parents have been in hospitals these past 10 years, and every hospital has a chapel. Most universities have some type of rooms, quiet rooms. So there is a lot of opportunity. Or there's just a lot of great parks. You can go to any park in any major city, or if you're rural, you can just be out in the country, and you can just be under an oak tree and connect. But silence really allows us to hear, and what do we want? Because we can almost hear our own breath. And that's the essence of meditation, when you can be in tune with your breathing. And breathing is so vital to good recovery. Learn to breathe. Learn to take those deep breaths so then you lower your anxiety. Learn to breathe so you're almost like more in touch with everything around, especially if you're with someone that you love, whether it's your partner, whether it's your lover, whether it's your child, whether it's your parents. Sometimes silence just with someone that you know that you're safe with, that is a gift. Same reason why people have, whether they're sponsors, whether they're best friends, whether there's some type of closeness that you can just be. You don't always have to be talking. This past week, Rob Reiner got murdered by his own son. But one of his movies was Harry Met Sally, and there's a scene in the movie when Harry is talking to Sally, that is Billy Crystal's talking to Meg Ryan, and they're eating salad. And he goes, God, it's so wonderful just to be able to eat my salad and not have to talk. Because they have been friends for a long, long time. And there is truth to that. Sometimes it's nice to share a meal where you don't have to talk, where you can just enjoy the food, enjoy the taste of everything. And so I really wanted people to just kind of get in and what is the essence. And so step 11, and I want more people to really tap into this. Learn to get to some type of quiet places. Learn to be quiet. Sometimes people, and that's why sometimes people just love going on long walks with their dog. And they can get out of their house, their apartment, and they can just walk, whether it's a park, whether it's around the neighborhood, whether it's some type of pasture. That is also an excellent way. Because one, since you're walking your dog, that is a way to get that natural oxytocin. You're bonding with this loving creature, and dogs connect with humans in such valuable ways. And in turn, you're also getting into silent mode. So there is plenty of studies that say having a dog and where you walk a dog each day will extend your life for a variety of reasons. So I just want to keep encouraging people. Pray, meditate, listen to whoever your higher power, God, great mystery is. Allow yourself to hear good stuff that might be challenging, like we have to maybe rethink a relationship, rethink either working at a place or a business that we have, and really tap in to what is your next move. Do you keep going? Do you pivot? But the key thing is that you just enjoy life. When I always say life is wonderful. Get silent, enjoy life. With that, we are going to end this episode of the 1% in Recovery podcast.